Hey, this is Eric with MeepleCore Podcast, here with Jesus Sanchez with Cosmos. He's going to tell us a little bit about Imhotep the Duel.
So in Imhotep Duel, like it's a new thing. We kind of felt like Imhotep, the regular base game, was when you play it at 2-player, it's a pretty cutthroat. So we wanted to give the players a little more options.
Sure.
So in this game, you're simply like you're putting one of your workers out, and you have like three options. The options are super simple, but then it gives you lots of variety of what you're doing. Once you get your workers out, you have the option to unload a boat on one of your turns. And when you unload a boat, you only have access to the boat that is in the grids as long as there's 2 workers. So like you could unload this boat or this boat in this scenario. And when you unload it, you unload from front to back, and each one of the little boats has people on it, and that kind of helps me keep track of the front and back because I'm not very smart. And so in this scenario, this player would get this token, and then that player would get that one. This one would actually be removed from the game because the supply works as a timer, because then you'd immediately fill it with that and remove the meeples that were involved with unloading that boat. And at the end of the game, the players will get pretty familiar with, can kind of understand this stuff, especially if they played Imhotep. Like this one, it's whoever has the longest structure. This one, you're adding up all the little red circles. This you can see actually in the diagram that you're building a pyramid here, and for each block you have in the pyramid, you score a certain amount of points, which is kind of cool because these actually work independently. So if you actually can manage to finish both pyramids, it'd be worth 42 points because each one is worth 42. And then this one, you're trying to get little groups together and score accordingly. It looks like you want to fill it up, but that's actually not the best plan. The best plan in a perfect world, you should get 5 and then have a space and another 5, because then you'd score 50 points for it. It adds a lot of choices. Like people that really love Imhotep, they say there's these like easy choices that you have, that like you have these decisions that matter. This game, after 2 turns, like those decisions are on again. It's like, do I place one of my workers or do I send a boat and unload stuff? And after the second to last boat sails, so when there's 1 boat left, the game immediately ends, and then whoever has the highest score wins. It's like, it's really fast, really simple.
And it takes a lot from the base game.
Yeah. It feels to me kind of like it's this mesh between Imhotep and Tarji. Like, so it has the grid thing from Tarji, but it has that vibe from Imhotep. And of course, in typical Cosmos fashion, all of the boards have a B side too, so you can vary up.
Oh, change it up.
So there's a lot of replayability just in the basic box.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, is this available now, or is it?
No, this will be available August 1st, so it will be available around Gen Con. We're actually hoping to get it out to distribution a little before, so that brick and mortar can feel like they're not directly competing with Gen Con, that they can have availability with that too.
Well, looks awesome. Looking forward to it.